The shadow of the crescent. Navigating life as an LGBTQ+ person in Muslim-majority countries. The experience of LGBTQ+ individuals in Muslim-majority countries is complex, multifaceted, and often perilous. While there is no monolithic Muslim country, with tremendous diversity in legal systems, cultural norms, and interpretations of Islamic law, a pervasive thread of social stigma, discrimination, and legal punishment runs through many. For gay people in particular, the treatment can range from societal disapproval and subtle marginalization to severe state-sanctioned violence and even the death penalty. This article explores the spectrum of these experiences, moving from the more subtle forms of prejudice to the gravest consequences, the light end, social stigma, exclusion, and the don't ask, don't tell culture at the lighter end of the spectrum. The challenges are primarily social and psychological, though no less impactful on an individual's well-being. Social ostracization and stigma. In many Muslim societies, homosexuality is viewed as a sin haram and a moral transgression. This often translates to widespread societal disapproval. Individuals perceived to be gay may face social isolation, gossip, and a damaged reputation within their communities. Families deeply concerned with honor sharaf may exert immense pressure on an LGBTQ+ member to conform, marry someone of the opposite sex, or even undergo conversion therapies, often informal and deeply harmful attempts to change their sexual orientation. Family pressure and corrective measures. For many, the family home itself can become a source of profound distress. Parents might react with despair, anger, or shame upon discovering their child is gay. This can lead to disownment, emotional abuse, or, in more extreme cases, forced marriages to cure them or maintain appearances. The fear of bringing dishonor to the family is a powerful motivator for concealment. Invisible discrimination. While not always codified in law, discrimination in everyday life is prevalent. LGBTQ+ individuals may face difficulties finding employment, securing housing, or even accessing public services if their identity is known or suspected. They may be denied opportunities based on unspoken biases. The don't ask, don't tell phenomenon. In some societies, particularly more liberal urban centers like Beirut or parts of Istanbul, a fragile don't ask, don't tell tolerance can exist. As long as same-sex relationships are kept private and do not violate public decency or bring shame upon the family, they might be overlooked or tacitly ignored. This allows for a hidden subculture, but it has a precarious existence where public display or exposure can shatter this fragile peace and invite severe repercussions. The middle ground. Legal penalties and corporal punishment. Moving up the scale, many Muslim-majority countries have laws that criminalize same-sex sexual acts, leading to various forms of legal punishment. These laws are often derived from interpretations of Islamic Sharia law or colonial-era statutes that were never repealed. Fines and short-term imprisonment. In countries such as Algeria, Tunisia, Oman, Qatar, and the UAE, though the UAE has seen some recent reforms making punishments less severe for consensual acts in private, same-sex acts are illegal and can result in fines and relatively short prison sentences, ranging from a few months to a few years. These sentences are often at the discretion of the judge and depend on the specific circumstances and evidence. Corporal punishment, lashing, flogging, in some countries, particularly where specific interpretations of Sharia law are more strictly applied. Individuals convicted of sodomy or indecent acts may face corporal punishment. This includes countries like Malaysia, Indonesia in Aceh province, Brunei, though rarely applied for homosexuality, and some regions of Nigeria. The number of lashes can vary significantly, often ranging from dozens to over 100, and are administered publicly or privately. While not typically lethal, they are intended to cause pain and public humiliation. Deportation. For foreign nationals found to be engaging in same-sex acts, deportation is a common and swift consequence, often alongside other penalties. Medical and psychological treatment. In some countries, there is a push for conversion therapy or re-education programs, often under the guise of mental health treatment. These are frequently coercive and based on the scientifically unfounded premise that homosexuality is a disease or a choice that can be changed. The heavy end. Long-term imprisonment and capital punishment. At the most severe end of the spectrum are countries where same-sex acts are met with life imprisonment or, in the most extreme cases, the death penalty. These are often states with highly conservative legal systems that adhere to strict interpretations of Islamic law. Long-term and life imprisonment. In countries like Egypt, while specific laws against homosexuality may not exist, broader debauchery or immorality laws are used to target LGBTQ+ individuals, leading to lengthy prison sentences, some reportedly up to 15 years. Similarly, in some parts of Somalia or Afghanistan under the Taliban, long-term imprisonment is a common punishment. The death penalty, the ultimate and most severe punishment for same-sex relations, exists in a handful of Muslim-majority nations, while its application is not always consistent or frequent. The legal basis for it casts a long, terrifying shadow over the lives of LGBTQ individuals. Iran. Iran has the highest documented rate of executions for homosexual acts, while often prosecuted under charges of levat sodomy or zina adultery, fornication. When one partner is married, convictions can lead to hanging. Public executions have been reported, though the exact number specifically for consensual same-sex acts is hard to ascertain, as other charges are often conflated. Saudi Arabia, under its strict interpretation of Sharia law, sodomy can theoretically be punishable by death, though it is more commonly punished with floggings, imprisonment, or deportation. The death penalty is usually invoked in cases involving other crimes, repeat offenses, or acts deemed to violate public morals severely. Yemen. In areas controlled by the government, the death penalty can be applied for sodomy, particularly for married men. Sudan. While recent reforms have softened some penalties, the death penalty can still theoretically apply for repeat offenses of sodomy. Brunei and Mauritania. Both countries have laws prescribing the death penalty for consensual same-sex sexual acts, though there have been no documented instances of it being carried out for this specific offense in recent times. Brunei announced a moratorium on its application after international outcry, but the laws remain on the books. Northern Nigeria Sharia courts. In some northern Nigerian states that operate under Sharia law, the death penalty, usually by stoning, can be applied for levat sodomy, though documented cases of execution are rare. Conclusion: a life defined by fear and secrecy. The experiences of gay people in Muslim-majority countries are characterized by a profound sense of vulnerability, from the quiet pain of social rejection to the terror of state-sanctioned violence. The spectrum of treatment underscores a common reality: the absence of fundamental human rights and legal protections. For many, life is a constant negotiation between an authentic self and the demands of a hostile society. This often leads to dual lives, profound mental health challenges, and a pervasive fear of exposure. While there are growing LGBTQ advocacy movements and glimmers of change in some parts of the region, the journey towards acceptance, equality, and safety for gay individuals in Muslim-majority countries remains overwhelmingly challenging and in many places fraught with danger.